hand buttons going up. Okay, perfect. Well, before I get started, I definitely want to tell everyone a little bit about myself and what got me started in this powerful industry. You know, several years ago, I found myself in a position where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't know if you know that feeling or what that feels like. I was a mechanic at the time, and I was working in a tire shop, and I was thankful for the job that I had, but I wasn't really satisfied with it. And it was for a few reasons why I wasn't satisfied. You know, one, I didn't have any time freedom. I was working one job, then I ended up getting a second job, and then I had a third job. So I was a mechanic at the airlines, I was a mechanic at the tire shop, and then I was a part-time bouncer at the nightclubs on weekends. And still, at the end of the month, I was worried about money. I was worried about being able to pay my bills. But all of that didn't make me want to change anything in my life. It wasn't until my health became a major concern. Once my health became a major concern, I made the decision that I have to change. And once I started to make those changes, I realized it wasn't just me. Because globally, 85% of the people are unhappy with their jobs. You know, currently, the average person, if they made an extra $300 to $500 a month, it would have saved them from bankruptcy. And heart disease is now the leading cause of death in the world. So that's why I got involved. If that makes sense with everybody, put a yes in the comments. Put a yes in the chat if that makes sense with you. Because that's why I got started. Now, the first thing I want to explain is the power of the social shopping industry. Now, you have to understand the history behind social shopping. See, social shopping started over 100 years ago. How many people on here has ever went to a restaurant and ate there because a friend told you about it and you went there? Put me in the chat. How many people has went and bought an outfit at a certain store because a friend told you about that store that they got their outfit from? Put me in the chat. How many people who went to a salon, a barber shop, a nail tech, and get your nails done, get your hair cut because a friend or a family member said, oh yeah, they're good, and you went there? So that is social shopping. You're spending your money because somebody that you socialize with told you that this is a good product, a good service, a good restaurant, and you went and spent money. Well, now because of the power of the internet, social media has revolutionized that. Because now as you're scrolling through your TikTok, you're scrolling through your social media platform, you can buy things right there on the social media platform, right there on TikTok. Now, the benefits for you, it cuts out the traditional middlemen, the traditional retailers, the traditional online platforms, and it now pays you, the consumer, for sharing your shopping experience. Now, that industry, from 100 years ago to now, it grew to $1 trillion. But here's the opportunity. Within the next 5 years, it's going to grow to over $8 trillion. What that means is, in the next 5 years, there's $7 trillion worth of growth. My question to you, how much of that do you want coming into your bank account or in your household? Go ahead and drop in the chat. Tell me how much of that do you want coming into your bank account in your household? Somebody said all of it. Well, you know, we can't be greedy. You know, it's a lot to go around. We can spread that. That's a really, really big pie. But now, it's about being in the right industry at the right time, but you have to be partnered with the right people. And that right company is Unicity. The reason being, it's built to last. They didn't just start a few years ago. They go all the way back to 1903 as Rexall Drugs. They're a debt-free company. And they have been involved in this social shopping space for over 100 years. From the original platform, where you were word of mouth, to now on social media. What thing about Unicity is they're 100% debt-free. They've been operating for over 20 years as their own in-house manufacturer, have their own scientists and manufacturing plant. They're doing business in over 60 countries throughout the world, and they support over 20 different languages. Now, the product that they have is solving the #1 health crisis in the world, which is insulin resistance. Now, if you were like me, and when you first heard insulin, your mind automatically thought diabetes, put me in the comments. When you heard the word insulin, you automatically thought diabetes, put me in the comments. Because when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's about diabetes. Insulin, diabetes. But it's not. Insulin is a hormone. I'll repeat that again. Insulin is a hormone. Insulin is a hormone. And when this hormone is out of whack, it throws the other areas out of your body out of whack. And you'll see symptoms like neuropathy, PCOS, heart disease, migraines, high blood pressure, fatigue, fatty liver, Alzheimer's, obesity, yes, diabetes, erectile dysfunction, inflammation. Now, here's the thing. When you hear those different health challenges, you automatically, oh, let me go get this pill for my heart disease, or let me get this for my high blood pressure. You don't think the root cause of all of this is insulin resistance. And it's a hormone that I need to get under control. So Unicity, knowing all of this, they came up with a simple strategy to help get that hormone insulin under control. And with this solution, it has over 50 clinical studies worldwide documented on the results of it. They have done third-party testing that this product worked. One of the third-party testing, you can go to pdr.net. Somebody put that in the comments for me. pdr.net. Put in the comments for me. pdr.net. You can go to that platform. You can put the product name in it. It can show you the research, the clinical studies, what it's good for, and how it helps you, which is very, very important. Now, you're able to get this for $5 per day, and it's cost neutral. Now, the first phase of the product is your UT. Now, this Unimonte, it increases your energy naturally. It decreases your excess body fat. Key thing here is if you have excess body fat, it decreases that all naturally. It increases your GLP-1 by up to 67%. This is the shot that everybody is raving, go get the GLP-1 shot. When you drink a Unimonte, it increases by 67%. Now, our next product is Balance. What this does, it gets you 8 different strands of fiber that allows you to balance out your gut health. And once your gut health is balanced, it's going to help things in your microbiome like IBS, constipation, diarrhea, skin issues, anxiety, and depression. Now, we've now helped over 100,000 people worldwide to transform their health. And what I want to do real quick, I'm going to stop my slide share here. And I want to see who I've got on here that I want to bring to the front of the Zoom that wouldn't mind sharing their experience on what this product has done for them. Miss Ramona, would you mind sharing your story? Do you have someone on here that wouldn't mind sharing their story? You got to hit the unmute button. Ramona, I just asked you to unmute.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect. I can hear you loud and clear. If you wouldn't mind sharing your story, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ramona Nixon, and I started on the field-based system about 3 months ago. And it has been a great experience for me as far as my health. I went to the doctor, and the doctor said to me, after being on the program for 1 month, said to me, it's time for your shot. So I said, what shot? So I had fallen a bone with my knee, and I got cortisone shots every 3 months. So I told her, it doesn't hurt anymore. So she said, so I asked her, I said, could I just do another blood, not blood work, but x-ray? And because the last x-ray I had was last August of 2025. So she said yes. So we have the machine right there in the office, and I took the x-ray. You know, the technicians, they don't like to give you the results. They said, wait till you get back to the doctor. So I said, okay. I was so anxious, I called my son, he's in the medical field. I said, Anthony, I saw a space in between my bone. He said, good news. That means your cartridge is going back. I said, wow, because I had no more pain. Every time it was going to rain, I would feel it. So I had what was called a weather knee. So anyway, it's so funny now. So anyway, I couldn't wait for the doctor to call me, so I called the office. So the nurse came on the phone and she said, the doctor says to tell you everything is fine. Mm-hmm. So I went to see her now, and I had taken the blood work. Mm-hmm. So when she said to me, Ramona, your blood pressure is 118/70.
Wow.
Your cholesterol is good. Your liver enzyme down. You're okay. She said, I'm going to take you off the blood pressure medication. I'm going to take you off the cholesterol pills. And the rest is history. I'm free from pain, no medications, and I said it's because of the Feel Great system. Because that's the only thing that I take. So to all of you that are listening today, it works. You know, Ramona is 76 years young, and I feel like I feel like I'm 50 again. And that's because of the Feel Great system.
That is awesome, Ms. Ramona. Thank you so very much for sharing. That is absolutely incredible. And you had a chance to actually visit our office there in South Florida this weekend, so that is phenomenal.
And not only that, I have to give my testimony there as well.
Oh, they had you give your testimony? Oh, that is excellent.
Yes, Rob put me on the spot. He said, I want you to come up and do your testimony. I'm like, okay. So I was able to post it on Facebook.
Okay, perfect.
I'm not even used to doing it.
And the thing is, he lives there in South Florida, so we'll help you build that market too.
Yes, I know. That's what he said, yeah. And I had about 6 of my partners there with me.
Excellent.
And my mother's part of my team as well. My mother, my brother, my son, cousins, we're going. I did a favorite system today, and she's on the phone right now as well. And I'm excited.
Excellent, excellent. South Florida's on fire.
On fire.
Next person up, I want to introduce my good friend and business partner from, I was about to say Atlanta, Georgia, but then he going to correct me. Is it Milton, Georgia? You're muted there, Mr. Denson.
Yes, it's Milton, Georgia.
From Milton, Georgia. Mr. Dennis Denson, share with us what the system has done for you, sir.
Real quickly, when you talk about Miss Ramona, man, I can identify with the blood pressure. For 3 long years, I battled with my blood pressure being at 158/80. My A1C was over 7.0. I dealt with hypothyroidism. And for 3 long years, the only thing that they could tell me was literally, if you don't get your numbers down, we're going to put you on medication. This system was introduced to me at a point in my life where I was just like ready to go. Life didn't matter to me anymore. Dealing with depression as well. And I started drinking the system, and the first thing that hit me was a Unimate. And I called Andre back and I said, man, why am I laughing more? And I'm feeling a lot better. Is it me? Am I faking myself out? What's really going on? And in five short months, the blood pressure went from 117, came down to 117/68. A1C went from over 7.0 down to 5.5. Cholesterol was no longer an issue. Hypothyroidism, about a year and 5 or 6 months. So I just say this, like Ms. Ramona said, the system, it works. There's no denying it. And we've seen situations where people have said, well, you know what? We're just going to try it for 90 days. Y'all keep talking about a 90-day money-back guarantee. Try it. It's not hard to get your money back if it don't work. But if it does work, what happens next? You're going to be like Miss Ramona. Like Dr. Park said, we're just going to be telling it, building business and telling it across the country and around the world. Let's go.
Enough said, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the power of what we have. It works. It's transforming health. It comes with the app, and it comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Use it, you're going to get results. Use it for 90 days, you don't see results, you get your money back, no questions asked. Now that leads me to the point of how you can make money from your mobile phone. Because now you have a system that is cost neutral. What do I mean? Well, you're going to invest it initially $5 a day into your health. With that investment, you get a full 30-day supply for $159. When you start using the product within your first month, you'll notice you save money. Well, where are you going to save money? You're going to save money because you're no longer going to need to purchase things like coffee, energy drinks, stuff to get your energy picked up, whatever you use. You're not going to want to buy as much snacks, chips, and ding-dongs, and ice cream, and things along that line. Your grocery bill is going to go lower, or your eating out bill, because you're probably going to eat 25% less food because the balance makes you full and satisfied. So that's where you end up saving that $300 to $500 a month. So the product is now cost neutral, and people are getting results from it. So they're not going to continue. They're going to continue using it, which allows you to earn residual income. Now, like I shared with you earlier, when I got started, I was a mechanic in a tire shop, frustrated, barely being able to pay my bills. And now people ask me, how did you retire at the age of 28? How did you make your first $1 million before you was 30? And it's because of residual income. Write this down, where you can do something one time, but you can get paid for it month after month, year after year, even after you stop working. Residual income allowed me to retire at the age of 28. And here's how it works. There's 3 simple steps to launching your business. Step number 1, we show you how to launch your social shopping business. You can do this traditionally, just like Miss Ramona. She's not on social media, but she's just sharing her experience with her friends and her family members. For the person that's comfortable with social media, with TikTok and all those other platforms, we show you how to launch it on social media. But that's step number 1. We show you how to launch your social shopping business in person or online. Number 2, we show you how to identify 2 to 3 people just to try the system. We're not in the convincing business, because we know if you try this for 90 days, you are going to convince yourself. We don't need to convince nobody. Your body will convince you. Your health will convince you. Your energy will convince you. So we just want people to try it. Try it out for 90 days. You don't like it, you don't feel no benefits, you get your money back. That's easy to get people to try something. So 2 to 3 people to try it. Then step number 3, we show you how to duplicate that. Because once those people got results, just like Miss Ramona, it's going to be almost impossible for you to keep those results to yourself. When you feel good, you feel great, you want everybody to know. So now this is how the residual income works when it comes to the customers. Every time you refer a customer, you're going to earn $20 to $25. So you refer Bob. Now here's the cool thing. Bob just loved the product. He's getting result. And he tells his coworker Sue. Now Bob is just a customer. So he doesn't earn any income, but he gets a $10 product credit every time he refers someone. You know, kind of like how your gym membership or your apartment places or the car dealership say, hey, if you refer a friend, you'll get a $200 credit card, or you'll get a $10 credit or this off your bill. So every time our customers refer another customer, they get a $10 product credit that they can use towards their next purchase. So Bob refers Sue. Sue loves it. She referred Joe and Jill. They work in the warehouse. So she got $20 product credit. She's excited. Bob got $20 product credit. But you made $100. But you only referred one person, Bob. So you made $25 with Bob. Bob referred Sue. He got the product credit, but you got the $25 cash. Sue referred Joe and Jill. She got $20 product credit, but you got the $25 cash. So you just made $100, and you only got one person to try the system. So that's why we say we want to help you to get 2 to 3 people to try the system. Now, this referral continued. There is no breakage in this. So Joe and Jill, because they work in a warehouse, people seeing them 5 o'clock in the morning running around with all this energy while they're working. They're like, what in the world are y'all doing? Y'all are off the charts at 5 in the morning. Oh man, we've been using this field system and it's off the hook. We love it. Da da da. So 10 people in the warehouse say, oh yeah, we need some of that stuff because we be dragging all morning. Well, those 10 people ordered the product. You just made $250. And you only referred Bob. Those 10 people in the warehouse, they start talking to their family, their friends, just naturally. This is what people do. And that leads to about 50 people trying the product. You just made $1,250 and you only referred Bob. And this process continues to grow, and there is no stopping this. It can continue to grow month after month, week after week, even after you stop talking about the product. And these are just a couple of examples of people that's done that. This person here, I kind of blocked out their information, but their monthly residual is over $16,000 a month. This person, monthly residual over $2,900 a month. This person, residual over $1,450 a month. Now, that's just off of customers. Now, there's a point, if you want to, but you don't have to, where you can now actually build a team of people. And when you do that, you earn anywhere from 5 to 10% off what the team production is. So now in this scenario, this is on top of your customer residual. So a couple of your customers say, hey, I want to do what you're doing. They become a partner. So you got 3 partners that are doing this. We help them make their first $200, their first $500 a month. Well, in this scenario, you would have now added an additional $1,000 a month in residual income. And this is coming from your team building platform. We help those 3 people do the same thing. You now advance to a director rank, and your monthly income here is $2,500 a month. We teach those 9 to do the same thing. You advance to senior director, you get $3,500 a month. We teach those 27 to do the same thing. You advance to an executive director, you get $5,000 a month. We teach those 50 to do the same thing. Presidential director, you're at $10,000 a month. Now, the key thing here is you only refer 3 people. So if you can get 2 to 3 people to try the product, and that leads to you about 3 people trying the business, and then from there we just duplicate. Now, put in the chat what number that I'm sharing here, 1,000, 2,500, 3,500, 5,000, or 10,000, what would make an impact in your household this month? If you had an additional blank, would it make an impact in your house this month? Is it 1,000? Is it 2,000, 3,000? Is it 5,000? Or is it 10,000? Put it in the chat. What would make an impact in your house with your bills, with your car notes, with your insurance, with your mortgage, with your rent? What number would make your impact? Because we're on a mission as an organization. As you see here on my team, you always see me, I got my I-Team logo on my shirts. Well, I-Team is an organization that I created that's built on a mission. And the mission is to empower you every day to experience an abundant mindset. And I want to take a second and explain this. Because when I first started doing this, it was all about the money for me. And I made boatloads of money, millions and millions of dollars. And we helped create over 250 millionaires. And I got to a stage in my life where money didn't make a difference anymore. God bless you if you ever get a chance to get there. I know most people are trying to, but I got there and the money didn't make a difference anymore. What started making a difference in my life was seeing the people's lives that I impacted. And that's when I understood the power of abundance. And that abundance is a mindset. You can have an abundant mindset and you can be living in the hood. You can have an abundant mindset and you can be living in the penthouse. You can have a lack mindset and you can be living in a multi-million-dollar home. You can have a lack mindset and you're living in the hood. It doesn't matter where you're living. It doesn't matter your income bracket. It's about the abundant mindset. So in this organization, we've put together educational platforms that if you're a part of our business, you get access to this absolutely free. It's no additional charge. And this is going to empower you every day to experience an abundant mindset. Because once you have that abundant mindset, it attracts everything else. It attracts the health. It attracts the spouse. It attracts the friends. It attracts the money. Because if you get the money without having an abundant mindset, I saw it happen to too many of my friends. They became millionaires. 3 years later, they're back broke because their mindset kept in a lack mindset. They never developed that abundant mindset. They made a lot of money, but they got unhealthy. They got sick because they didn't have an abundant mindset. So that's the mission of our organization. Now, to tie it into how can we measure this? Well, the first formula is we want to help 10,000 people to earn $10,000 a month in income. That's the first way we can track it. The second way we can track it is we want to help 10 million people to be healthier worldwide. So those are the two ways we're tracking how are we empowering people to experience an abundant mindset. Does that make sense with everybody? If that makes sense, put yes in the comments. Now, a part of doing all of this, we have events throughout the year. Our next major event is coming up in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, it's a 2-tier event. We have the Method, which is hosted by our CEO, Mr. Stuart Hughes. He's a multi-billionaire, and he teaches his personal method that he developed that got him to billionaire status. Now, because of the overwhelming response, we got to have 2 events. So the first event is September the 11th and 12th, the Friday and Saturday, and it's at our beautiful home office that you see here on the screen in Las Vegas, Nevada. The second event is the Monday and Tuesday, the 14th and the 15th. Well, because we got all of our people that qualify for the method and we've got a lot of people that didn't qualify for the method, we want to make sure we have something that they can plug into and learn about this company. So on the 13th, we have a training event exclusive with Mr. Raf Malik. He's the #1 money earner in North America, and he is the #2 money earner worldwide in Unicity. And on the 13th, he'll be sharing with you exactly the story, the strategies, and the techniques that got him to that point in his 30s. And we have 2 sessions. On that Sunday, we've got a 9 a.m. to a 1 p.m. And then we've got a 3 p.m. to a 7 p.m. I'll be personally being at the one from the 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on that Sunday, September the 30th. So that's our next major event coming up. Now, if you're looking at this for the first time and you say, you know what, it's 2 kind of people we run into when we share this information. The first person say, hey, I see this as an opportunity. You see how you can help people to transform your health. You see how you can make extra cash and put in your pocket, and you want to start as a franchise partner. Well, with that, it's a one-time investment of $40 to become a franchise partner. And then you'll go ahead and get your personal Feel Great pack, which is $159. So that's $199 plus your tax, shipping, and handling, and you're up and running. The second person is you say, well, you know, I want to try the product. I want to try it out. I want to try it for 90 days and see if it works. If it don't, I want my money back. Well, if that's you, get with the person who invited you on. They might have a physical pack in hand. They can hand that to you. You can pay them cash. Or they'll send you their link. You can order it through the link and they ship it directly to your doorstep. Now, obviously, if you're in South Florida, you can actually just go right by the office there in South Florida and pick your product up there in person the same day. So to try the product is $159 for a full 30-day supply. You're going to get 2 boxes of the Unimonte. You can pick 2 different flavors or the same. Totally up to you. So you get 60 Unimontes. You'll get 1 box of Balance. You can pick between the orange or the mixed berry. We just launched yesterday our new flavor. Now, this is just for partners right now, not for our customers yet. We launched the apple, which if you're in the Florida office or the Las Vegas office, you can go pick it up, or you can order it through your back office. So with that being said, I definitely want to thank each and every one of you all for being on here. But more importantly, please make sure you thank the person who invited you on, because they truly, truly, truly thought enough of you to share with you a life-transforming product and opportunity. And everyone, if you need to get a hold of me, you can direct message me on TikTok or social media. If you need my cell phone number, I'll put it in the chat. You can text me directly at that number. But what I want to do here is I want to switch gears, and I'm going to go look in the chat, see if you have any questions. And then I'm going to take about 10 minutes and go through our getting started strategy. If you have any questions, put it in the chat or hit the unmute button. There's not too many of us on here, so you can hit the unmute. It won't be too much background.